I mean, we can cut it out, right?
That's fine. That's fine.
The cameras are not recording.
You want to keep the realness.
It's live.
Okay.
Oh, it's not live streaming.
But you're getting high on.
I get high on CBD Gorilla Weekend.
That doesn't count as your influence.
No, it doesn't. I will post after I open the box prettily. So they want me to influence their CBD oil that I have not opened because I keep using their sleeping one.
Passing out.
Yeah.
Take it.
It's like, oh, let me go open.
Let's take it to works, right?
Alrighty, guys. Are we rolling now?
Yeah.
All right. So welcome to the MidYouth Cast, the Saga series, broadcasting from Saiwan. Ho! All right, so we're very excited to have Peter here today, who's a talented artist, a good friend who I've recently met. And this week I'm your host, Sammy, the only Sammy fucking Lin. And I just used the one F word. Whoops!
We have three.
We have three, and I used one.
Am I not supposed to swear? Because I frequently swear.
You've been good today.
Okay.
Just don't use my quota, because obviously I don't listen very well.
Sammy, you swear like a sailor.
Sailors got nothing on me, all right?
Yeah, they don't actually. They don't.
Nope. All right, so we're going to kick it off. Today we've got Janice.
Hi.
And we've got Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil in the
Uncle
house.
Phil. And then Peter, tell us about yourself.
I'm a painter. That's basically it.
There is, okay, all right. When we met, there was a lot more than that. So I think you can give a lot more than that.
We'll get into it. I don't know. I'm just a normal guy. I'm a painter. Weirdo. Man about town. Social butterfly.
Nice.
Anarchist. Independent thinker. Yeah.
All right.
How long have you been in Hong Kong, Peter?
12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And where are you from originally?
Toronto.
Toronto, eh?
Yeah, Toronto.
Nice,
eh?
man. That's nice.
Toronto.
Toronto, eh?
Yeah, I moved here after university. So it was like when I graduated, it was a financial crisis, and then thought I would come here for like a year or two and teach English or whatever, and then didn't do that, and then now I'm still here. I taught English for like 3 months, and I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't.
Was it because you didn't speak English yourself?
Wow. Coming from New York. And from you.
Wait, so you have your PR and everything? Or?
Yeah, I have PR now.
Nice.
Yeah.
He just living the good life.
Yeah, but I had to start, so I only just got my PR last year because I had to start over. Or 2 years ago, I can't remember. But yeah, I had a work visa, and then I lost it, and then I did the tourist thing for a while, and then I had to start over with the visa again. So it took me like 10 years to get my PR.
Wow.
Well, at least,
happy, man.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I love it here. This is like, I know this city better than like most people that grew up here. I'm like in it.
That's true though. Like a lot of people who visit Hong Kong, like know the city better because like if I go back to Zimbabwe, I've never been on a safari. Like I've never done that.
I've done it.
Yeah, you've done it.
I pitched a tent and everything. And I fought a Scorpio.
Scorpion?
Wow.
You just followed a man. Like, stop,
Hey,
your dude.
Scorpio! Get over here.
I'm on a hunt for the 12 horoscopes today. You Scorpio is
I'm
dead.
gonna fuck you up. That's two.
That's two.
Man, that's fine. Let's try
He's
set the
gonna
record
start
today.
bleeping everything, huh?
Yeah. Today was sponsored by who's that?
Pineapple soju.
Pineapple Soju.
Oh, what was the song? The pineapple song? No, nobody.
No, let's not sing that.
Okay.
There's a pineapple song?
There's a pineapple.
You'll
song.
probably get copyright
You
stricken.
know,
yeah.
yeah. No, I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna sing it later.
Do it.
Alrighty, so let's backtrack a bit. Let's catch up for this last week. So you mentioned last week that you were gonna do 80 kilometers of cycling like a madman. Did you manage?
So I was gonna do it this morning, but then there's like heavy thunderstorms and cycling in the rain is not safe. So I didn't do it. But I will try again tomorrow because I have to do it, right? You know? And I will not take another bet until I complete 80 in a single go. So yeah.
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 Masochistic.
It's a lot of cycling.
It's fine, it's okay.
Right?
It's
Where
okay.
where are you gonna cycle from? Like, does Hong Kong even have a route that long?
You just go back and
Just
forth.
gonna-
You just see the same.
Your whole way. We just go up and down the whole way.
Sometimes there's some people waiting at the bus stop and they're just like, hey. You're just going back
80
and forth.
kilometers. Where's that like geographically? Is it like from Central to Taiwan or like to Kowloon or?
Oh Lord. If it's from Lantau to Central, it's that twice. And a little bit more,
Oh
actually.
my god.
Lantau to Central is 27 Ks. So then you go back, and then you go maybe another halfway up.
I mean, let's just put it this way. We just took the van to like Tungcheong from Central because of the excursion camp, and the car ride in itself, people were still complaining it was hot with the AC on.
Yeah.
You're gonna cycle 80
It's gonna
kilometers.
suck.
Those people were me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my head was just nodding off left and right
Yeah.
while I was napping on the way
Oh,
there.
man.
Oh man, it was
That's gonna
death.
suck.
All right, so talking about spinning. What about you? You were supposed to get spin on your roller skates.
Well, I tried, but no.
No.
Oh.
What happened?
I can do moonwalks, like moonwalk shuffle.
Yeah.
But I haven't even mastered that properly. So, what's that?
We got Steve lurking in the background there.
Yeah.
The cat farted, I think.
Okay, so
In
no,
his
like
face as well.
I tried spinning at home, but it's just not happening for me. Like I used to do ballet, so I thought it would be easy.
Yeah.
I just thought I could just apply the same principles, you know, like look for a spot and then like use your head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? But no, it's so much harder. Like apparently with skates, like you're not only does your body go first, but your legs have to like
Oh, shrink it.
Yeah,
shrink it. And I don't think I have that, you know. So I'm like trying to do that with my legs and like focus on one point, but it's not working. But I will try.
Do it.
All right.
for-
Well, I mean, you
I
gotta
will-
keep trying.
Yes, I will try.
Try until you get it.
Yeah, no more challenges until you get that. I do my
Yeah.
hand, right? Wow.
Go for it, girl.
Sammy, yours?
Mine. What was mine?
You're supposed to play me in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I destroyed him in my sleep.
Okay, so Peter, so one day she's like, I'm gonna kick your ass in Mortal Kombat. I was like, okay, come on by. It was just after reboot. She shows up in my house. She's like, all right, cool. We're gonna play Mortal Kombat. Fire it up. So I said, cool. Fire it up, and she was like, oh, this couch is so comfy. And then we were literally mid conversation. She's like, yeah, so the reboot was really fun. Out. 4 hours. She was out. Man.
But you had a long day, right?
It was like
Yeah.
a long weekend. I slept like 15 hours for 2 days. Not even 3 days. 15 hours I slept.
Hard work.
I was exhausted. I remember laying there and I was like, just the spins, and I was like, I'm going limp. It almost felt like it was like is that what you guys feel like when you're going limp? Sorry.
What?
No, when I'm going, I was like physically like feeling limp. Like I was so exhausted, and I was like, I'm gonna pass out. It's just gonna be 20 minutes, and I woke up. You guys magically showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I kicked his ass in my dream. So I mean,
Do
it
you
happened.
think maybe you like 中暑 that day?
I think it might have actually.
What's that in
been,
English? 中暑.
Overheated. I was like in the sun for too long.
Oh, like
Yeah.
you stroke?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
Heat
yeah,
strokes.
heat
There you go. Yes. So you do speak English.
I'm learning. I'm learning on the go.
But he gets contact, so it's good. That's a good start 10 years later. Yay! Yeah, so no, this Mortal Kombat hasn't happened yet. But we did have a wonderful dinner that night with you guys, so it was good.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was a lot of
Speaking
fun.
Tung Chung, I mean, I love Tung Chung, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely, the view and everything.
Yeah, the drinks. You got some Instagram shots, you know, the sun was setting, and like, the girls were like, oh, we need pictures. Steve and I are like, oh man, here we go.
Well, yeah, I also took one shot of Janice, and it was nailed it.
Yeah,
Steve
it
was
was
The
It's like-
sun was like, it looked like Jesus, like
sun rays, right?
sun rays, yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. So as we mentioned at the top, that Peter's here for this week's episode. So many of your fans know about your artwork, and it's been in a solo exhibition in Gallery HZ and House Studio. Where's Gallery HZ?
It's at the corner of, it's like on Hollywood Road, like where 208 is, a little bit up. It's right on the corner. It's
Got
like
it.
around the corner.
Got it.
But we did it at, when Soho House was opening, it's the first floor, like, event space.
Yeah.
They asked me to, like, open it for them with, like, the inaugural event for the opening.
Wow.
So we did it there.
Super
Amazing.
Yeah, it was great. It was good. And then, yeah.
Have you opened other events like that, or was this like your first? Was Soho House like your first one?
I think I've done all kinds of different events over the years. Because I don't know. I like making shit happen. So.
Yeah.
That's 3. And we're out.
That's fine.
Doesn't really
Yeah,
count.
No, I've done all kinds of different like pop-ups in different places over the years. with different, like before I had a gallery and stuff like that, I would just kind of like do things. I mean, I didn't have an exhibition for several years while I was in like this period of self-discovery, and then when I finally had my first exhibition back out, which was like 4 years ago, I did it in like a huge converted car park on Staunton Street, and then it was like 2 floors, and it had like all this like video work and installation and stuff like that, and then so I just kind of like, yeah, it's kind of fun to do it. I actually haven't done like a show in like a proper gallery in a while.
Well, that's because of the pandemic, right? Like,
well, it's just like I like kind of finding more unique spots to do them. It makes it a little bit more fun. And then like later this year, I'm planning to do another show in Hong Kong, and I'm in the process of trying to figure out where to do that as well.
There's so many spots in Wonderland.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, fingers crossed. I did this. One of my best friends and a bunch of other artists, we did this project in LA called 14 Factory that was like a 200,000 square foot immersive art experiential show that was like maybe between 15 and 20 artists from around the world, and it was all collaborative, and you kind of like went through it, and it was a lot of video work and installation and sculpture and stuff, but you had to like go through it. It was massive, and we've been trying to bring that to Hong Kong for a couple of years now.
Right.
And I think we might be on the verge of being able to do it this year. So
200,000 square feet.
Yeah, but this one will be like 1 million square feet.
In Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's an entire industrial building.
Wait. If you actually have this venue though, then I can like I would love to do there's like this event concept, the Progatory. What was that? Never mind. I'm just useless today. Sorry guys, I will tell you this later. It's actually about the 7 levels hell. Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
That is that kind of venue that I
Right.
wanted to find to do that event back in New York, but then I couldn't find the venues.
Purgatory?
I said Dante's Inferno.
You said purgatory.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. I am not 100% myself today.
That's okay.
But I
You've
use that
got
as an excuse
You
every
have
day.
a long weekend. So wait, get 1 million square feet in Hong Kong.
Yeah. We have an entire industrial building in Kwun Tong, like a whole building.
So can we all move out of our flats and move into that instead?
Why are we shooting here?
Yeah.
Well, because we don't have it yet. As you can imagine, like a lot of moving parts involved in this exhibition. So I am just sort of a very small part of it. But I was in LA when we built it there, and then I'll be here for this one. So I'm kind of just waiting for the people, the money people, and everything to kind of get it all sorted out and organized, and then it'll be go time. And then I'll probably be working on that for like the next 6 months straight. And then I'll try to probably do an exhibition there as well, like within the space. It should be very cool.
That will be very cool. I'm in.
Yeah.
I just invited myself.
Same.
Yeah. Once it gets going, like you won't be able to like not know about it. It's gonna be
In.
Did you take part in Art Basel this year?
no.
Okay.
I usually try to not do it. The gallery that I'm with was in Art Central, but they actually did an exhibition for my good friend in Toronto. Yeah, but it's hard to do. It's hard to do things during Art Basel because I've done them before, and usually the problem is there's so much going on that then you get drowned out, right? Because there's this year's a little bit different because no one could travel, but in previous years, there's like 30 parties a night for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so it's like if you're doing something, you're splitting everyone's attention is split between so many different things that I have found it's just better to just go to the parties and mingle and do all that stuff instead.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's pretty
Okay.
cool. That's pretty cool.
That is super cool.
Remember we went to Art Basel a couple years back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my foot hurt really bad.
In the Conrad Hotel.
Yes.
Man, and like we
It was a lot of fun. We were split up and lost on the different floors.
yeah, and we were, it's free wine, right? So we made full use of that.
Oh yeah.
I started acting like a art snob and be like, yes, this art looks very beautiful. It should look really
This reminds me of that one time I went to like one of the French museums or whatever, art galleries, and I was with my friend. All of a sudden, because it's like open, there's no barriers or anything. All of a sudden, there was like an interactive piece, and there was like a water bottle just like on the edge, and I was like, is that actually part of the art, or is it actually like someone left it there?
Yeah.
Did you drink
You
it?
never
though?
know.
Wait.
couldn't
Wasn't
tell.
your water bottle?
No, it was just there, but like.
She wasn't sure it was piece of art because modern art is so like it's like interpreted in different ways.
It's crazy, right?
So MoMA had the same thing, and it was like a big article, and it was like a broom or something that was in the corner, and
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, you remember that? And I was like looking, I was like, oh yeah, that's, I guess, modern day of your working life. And it was like, you read the actual caption, it's just like, this was just a mistake. No.
Wow.
And it's just like mocking people, right? Yeah, I mean, but art's like open for interpretation.
It is, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
Because your style, someone said, is like mathematics meets spirituality, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like sacred geometry, sort of.
Tell us more about that.
Sacred geometry.
What is sacred geometry? Geometry is not sacred. It is a pain in the butt.
Well, so sacred geometry is like,
Yes, Papa.
it's a term, right? So for several thousands of years, there have been a lot of sort of geometric circles, like the Tree of Life and Metatron's cube, and all of these different geometric symbols that are for sort of they're actually quite interconnected around the world. They appear in different neo-pagan and pre-modern religious artworks all over the world. Similar items, similar things like that, and they're used to.
The cat's like, I'm gonna do a seance now.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, see, your cat knows.
Continue.
Wow.
Wow.
Carry on as if nothing happened.
Uh-huh.
As you were.
And so I've always loved that sort of stuff, and then I sort of went into forming my own way, because I find like mathematics and geometry are perfect, right? Like they're not necessarily up for interpretation. They're like divine and perfection in the language that they're written, especially the circle. The circle is like a perfect form. So then I just use that to create my own meditative sacred work, like sacred geometric work that I find like.
I don't think he agrees with you. He's like circle, like, bah.
That's crazy.
Cats, man.
Cats, right?
They just know. Yeah, so that's like a shorthand of what I'm doing.
So I see, like, in your drawing, like, there's a lot of the fine lines in between. How do you draw those?
Just
Like,
ink pen.
so it's one fluid movement on. How do you hold your hand that steady?
I have like a bunch of tools and guides that help me do it, but I still do it all manually. And
That's so cool.
Do you use? You remember in school we had those like protractors? Like,
Uh-huh.
do you still use that?
no, because they put holes in the paper because it's like a little needle.
Yeah, you can't do
Yeah.
that. Wow. So, how do you draw a perfect? Because you draw a perfect circle, apparently you're not quite. Yeah.
Really?
So when I was first doing it, I would draw them just freehand by hand.
Yeah.
I would use points with pencil first, and then I would just connect the dots freehand. But that took way too long,
Yeah.
and it was not that much fun. So now I have like a bunch of different circle templates and guides and stuff like
Yeah.
that I sort of manually move and draw within.
Got
It's
it.
dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, the light was just like his face.
These cats are just on fire. They're never this active, brother.
They're on
very
fire
They're
today.
very
But
excited
I'm
to have
very
you.
like analog in the way that I work. Like I like doing it sort of the traditional way I plot it all out in pencil first, and I plan it all out, and I do it very hands-on because it's very process oriented for me. Like
Yeah.
the process of making it is what I enjoy,
Yeah.
and then it's like a very sort of therapeutic and hypnotic and meditative process.
So
How long does a piece take you?
Anywhere from like 3 days to 3 weeks, depending on how big it is. Yeah.
Wow.
That's really cool. So then you said you had transitioned after the self-discovery into the art that you're doing,
Yeah.
but there's other aspects that you've shared with me before, like, for example, the spirituality aspects. Talk about that, because Janice is super interested.
Well, it's like that's kind of like a journey that I've been on the last few years, just kind of diving deeper and deeper into it and getting really quite excited by it. Yeah, I don't really have one sort of spiritual practice, but I pull together elements from like a lot of different practices that sort of resonate with me and that I feel connected to, like parts from Buddhism and Hinduism and Germanic and Nordic paganism and neo-paganism and Thelema and Wicca and all these different sort of spiritual practices, which I find are actually all very similar. They're just like different lenses for viewing the same construct, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all just trying to figure out why we feel connected to each other and why we feel like we're part of the universe and why we have premonition and why there's all these different things that since the dawn of man, people have been trying to figure out, right? It's like we're always sort of screaming into the void, knowing that you will never get an answer, but we're still screaming into it anyways. We're still trying to figure out, so what is our purpose? What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? Why is any of this matter? You know? So then I just kind of pull all these different things that I feel connected to, either visually or mentally or spiritually, and then I kind of meld them all together into my own weird little practice.
So then tell us about your shrines, if that's okay.
Yeah, I got a bunch. So like my main one is like a big shrine that has a bunch of crystals on it and a bunch of skulls and incense and sage and Palo Santo and all
real
this.
skulls.
Yeah, I have a real deer skull, but I've got a copper skull and then like a bone skull, and then there's like
What animal is that?
those are human skulls, and then there's like
Not actual humans. They're
they're like artificial, but then I have a huge deer skull that's real.
Oh,
That is painted
And
gold.
which is
right.
that drawing from paganism or?
Yeah,
okay.
more or less. And then just things that like are connected to me. And then there's like things from my family, things from my like grandparents and stuff like that that are like that hold everything, and then different crystals, and then different candles, and an incense holder, and all these different types of things, and then like a big like tapestry with like an eye, like an illuminated eye, and yeah. And then I've got where I meditate. I have like a 11-point star that I painted that also
I think
has
I
like a
saw that.
pentagram. Yeah, and then
like,
it's
we
like
took a photo.
yeah, and then it's like that's on the ceiling above where I meditate, and it's like a portal that allows energy
Wow.
transference and stuff.
Wait. Energy portal. What does that mean? So it's like,
It's like a
to
gateway.
where?
like, can I go to like DC? Go to where Iron Man is? Like that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, where do I find Thanos? I need
Exactly.
a portal there.
Can we
quite.
get an Iron Man suit for everyone?
No, but in serious, like, so what, like, with the 11 point, do you feel the energy charge? Like, do you feel it? Is it like recharging you, taking negative?
Yeah, so-
like, how does it?
It's where like when I do like some meditation, but I do more like I've been practicing a lot more with like ritual magic and ceremonial magic, which is basically like like manifestation. So it's similar to meditation, but you do it through trying to like channel energy. It's similar to, it's like Western yoga, where you're trying to like channel your energy and then manifest. So you focus on something that you want to happen, and then you go through this ritual breathing exercises and stuff like that, and then you try to channel energy and create sort of a positive thing,
Right.
a positive
oh my
result.
God.
So cool.
Never mess. I was about to say that. But mess with you because he's gonna perform witchcraft.
No, but you should never do like, because if you like doing negative witchcraft and stuff like that,
It comes
then
with
repercussions?
well, that's like like the easy way to think about it. But really, you're exposing yourself to negative energy, which then affects you as well, right? So you're always trying to do positive action. You're not trying to like hurt anyone or put a curse on anyone or anything, because that's not really what it is. It's more like you are trying to like harness the power of the universe and the energy field that we exist in to then manifest positive action for yourself, or you want something to happen, right? And then you can like create the situation in which that will happen.
But how do you know? Like, I would imagine if you're opening if you're already engaging with the universe to do with like positive, like the portal or the access points already open, how do you actually block the negative from coming in? Because I really do believe in the yin and yang of everything.
Yeah.
There's the good and the bad. So if the
For
bad,
sure.
if you're channeling the good, the bad's also gonna have an
Well,
access
yeah,
point.
that's why you have like all the shrines and all the incense and the Palo Santo and all this like magic shit to like keep you safe.
But how can you like be sure that you're blocking out the negative?
You can't really
Vibes.
be sure, but you protect yourself, right? That's why like being physically and spiritually and emotionally fit and healthy and being in a positive space then makes you less open to being like possessed by a negative energy.
Right.
Which I have seen. It does happen.
That's so
And like I have all kinds of, I see ghosts and
interesting.
shit all the time, but I keep my studio like
Do you?
hyper clean.
Wait. do they show up at home?
No,
Or-
not in MySpace. Although, like
What
2
do
weeks
you
ago,
want-
like a business card was spinning on its side, and I was just like, ah, and then it like fell over. And I was like,
But you can see ghosts. What
so
do they look like?
I have seen them.
Do
but
we have one here?
Usually, so it's more like with
Oh my
ghosts.
God, Steve's
It's
just
like
Don't tell me.
it's more like I can feel them. Like I will know. Like it's not like it's like I see like a person with like a messed up face or whatever. It's more like
That's me right here.
you see like it's like a dark spot. So in an area like you'll be like in a room and
Yeah.
you'll just be like like
Wait, is that what they call shadow people? Because I'm like sorry.
shadow
sorry.
peoples are a different thing.
I'm very okay. So I can't.
Steve's not going to
So
bed
a
today.
little bit my background, why I'm interested in this topic. I can't see shit or sense anything, but I did go through like a period of time, like where I had intense, I think they call it
Sleep paralysis.
sleep paralysis, but it got really bad, and
Was
you
it
know-
localized within one place that you were living for a period of time?
it happened a lot more at an old apartment I used to live in, which is at Chukeng Lane, which I then found out in Cantonese it's translated to hanging man's.
Is that in
place.
like North Point?
No, that's near Changquano. It's like Dio Gang Lane.
Oh my God.
Like back in the day, that's where like the Japanese hung the
Bummer. Yeah.
prisoners.
So yeah, I mean, shadow people and shit is like different. It's more like that's like a really negative shit.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen any shadow people, but it's like I see more like if there's be an area where it's like it's just darker than the area around it, and sometimes if it's really bad, it'll look like a cloud of static electricity.
Okay.
It's like it's not like a shape of a person. It's more there's just like a fog, like a dark fog that
You
looks like static, like
Like an old TV that couldn't tune into the
no,
channel.
yeah, sort of like that, or like it
Yeah.
kind of looks like when lightning goes through a cloud.
Oh yeah.
Like sheet lightning, but kind of like that, but like very very subtle, and it's
Nice,
like really
nice.
light. So
Yeah, so I'm going to be using Gorilla Weekend drops tonight. like a lot of
So-
that
so-
tonight.
so
that's
some of
like
you said-
your stairwell, and I was like,
No.
let's get out of this stairwell.
All right, so guys,
A lot of walk-up buildings have fucked up stairwells.
Wow.
A lot.
All right, to be fair, like we actually had a like really funny universe kind of run in. We met through a mutual friend, but then we met through a mutual friend. But in this stairwell, originally I had said only a couple people could come over, and I just said no, you can't come here. And then, so he left, and then somehow
I was just like, all right.
hands up.
I don't know
He
you.
like was like paws up. He was gone,
Yeah.
and then somehow later in the week we actually connected again, and then he was like, do you live in this building? I was like, yeah. How'd you know? I was like, oh no, did I yell at you?
Yeah. I was like, I think you just
Yeah.
kicked me out of your house like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's
And
hilarious.
yeah, so it's kind of like it was like the universe was like, you should meet.
Yeah.
And then
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but my stairwell is kind of creepy. My building.
It is
It's
dark.
very.
no
It's
lights.
because there's a light that my roommate won't let me use.
Wow.
And yes, I'm a grown woman that will not listen to myself. Yeah.
It's something you mentioned earlier. It's like if you're gonna do this manifestation stuff, you have to be in a good, healthy mindset, right?
You should be, yeah.
Yeah. And I've been kind of wow. I've been kind of in that same sort of mindset with just like friends and stuff, whereby if you are in a good, healthy place, good, healthy mind space, then no matter what, just like when your body's physically healthy, when you consume or exposed to anything toxic, like it's almost like a natural rejection of it, right?
For sure.
So if you are like in a good, healthy mind space, you're like, you know what? These are people I consider my friends. This is the type of person I actually want to hang out with. And then you meet someone, and they're kind of toxic. You will just not vibe with them
just
at
know.
all, right?
For sure.
Yeah. And so
It's all energy, man. Every single thing around us is energy. It's all pure, like the same atoms in our body are the same atoms that make up this table, that make up the wall, that make up the ocean, that make up the earth, that make up all the stars in the universe. It's all, and all of those are literally just raw energy in rapid motion. There is no like physical matter. It's all just energy of movement, and then all of that energy is vibrating together and reacting and bouncing off. Everything is just that.
right.
So that's why, like, I don't know if I necessarily believe in ritual magic, but I do believe that I believe the people that I read and the people that I listen to believe it, and I believe them. But I haven't been able to actually make it work for myself yet. But I do believe that if I continue to practice, I will be able to, because I think that why wouldn't there be an ability that the human body is so amazing and magical and the brain is so magical? Why isn't there an ability for us to manipulate the energy fields around us? Right?
Like a concept just kind of crossed my mind. Do you think, or do we think actually collectively, you know, like when we say like people's energies are people's, you know, like the experience that you have them with essentially are energies, right? Do you think when people move on, or when you have a heartbreak or something negative happens, it's that energy that lingers around you because you haven't let it go, because you're attracting it, because you've opened that like space for it? Like I kind of think of it as an interaction. Yeah.
And it's like what you're saying before, right? Like the yin and the yang, and the balance of positive and negative, the light and the dark. Like the reason there is these negative energies is because there's an equal quantity of positive and negative energy. So like a lot of people attract it, and a lot of people are stuck in that world, right? Because like even with an atom, for every positive electron there needs to be a negative. There needs to be a negative one, right? So, or a neutron, or whatever. I can't remember. Proton.
Yeah.
So like that balance exists on every level around us, and the universe is constantly trying to seek balance. In that some areas are very negative, some areas are very positive, and it's constantly trying to balance itself. But it's like it's like why basements are always haunted, because they're always dark. They're underground, they're dark all the time, and it's just this buildup of like darkness and negative energy and spookiness.
Like the yin and yang.
Yeah.
And I love that you just explained that like scientifically as well.
Yeah. Well, so that was the one sort of really big breakthrough for me when I was trying to figure out who I was and what I was doing, was that because I'm like really obsessed with science and physics and math, but I also love all of like paranormal stuff and ghosts and all of this spiritual stuff. I find it very fascinating, and I was trying to juggle that. But I realized that they're not competing forces. You know, they're actually two sides of the same coin. They're both trying to explain the same thing. And for a long time, people thought you had to be one way or the other, and they were mutually exclusive. But they're not. They're both different ways of understanding the similar concept, right? And then once I figured that out, then I really like got into it.
So
Sam and Phil, are you guys into the spiritual?
I definitely, I've had my experiences with it, like in Taiwan. Long story short, it was like I would stay at my dad's place in Taiwan, and I wouldn't sleep in my room for the love of God. I would just keep sleeping in the living room, the guest room, or like in my dad's girlfriend's closet. Like the floor goes like a Japanese style bed. And then years later, when I finally met my brothers, they were like, yeah, grandma died in there. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. Like, I just always felt like someone was there, not necessarily was malicious. But basements is oh my God, I will ball up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of basements either.
I cannot do basements for the life of me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I
Basements,
feel
no.
You probably
like
hit your head
ghosts.
first. Knock yourself out.
I feel a lot of ghosts, or any sort of like supernatural force. Low-key, they're just trying to hang out with you. Like, they're just like, hey, man, I'm lonely out here. Let's just hang out, man. Like,
I'm just here by myself.
I've got some unresolved things you want to talk about, you want to hang out, and
I think there's varying degrees, because I think there are a lot of positive spirits that are trying to hang out that freak people out because people aren't cool with like shit moving around. But then there's also like a lot of negative, like hateful energy and negative energy, and
How do
whether
you
you call it
tell?
a demon, I think you can tell. You can feel.
I mean, no, I'm asking you, how do you tell? Like, have you, like,
You just
have
sense
you...
it. It's like your extrasensory perception. You just pick it up. Like
But
sometimes you're just like, ooh, there's something weird in this place, but it's like it's not bad. Like in my studio, like I had like a really weird experience like 2 months ago, but it wasn't scary. It wasn't bad. It scared the shit out of me, but it wasn't. I didn't feel scared by it. But then other times when you're just like, oh my God, I have to get out of this room. Like you go into someone's house, or you're going to a building or something like that, and you're just
Like
like
my stairwell?
Fuck this, I have to get out of here. Yeah.
How are you going to go home to?
I don't know! And then I go like, get out!
Your stairwell's not that bad. I've been in significantly more freakier spots than that. But
don't say that. Just because they've been in worse places
It
doesn't
doesn't
mean
make mine
that's-
better. And I'm alone. Again.
It's just like an old granny hanging out.
There is an old granny hanging out! Oh my God.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
yeah, but like, so I was listening to this book on ritual magic by this guy named Damien Eccles, who's like an author and like a dude. And I was listening to the audiobook all day while I was like working and stuff like that. And I wasn't doing it. I was just listening and learning about it. And he was going through all these different sort of magical spells and incantations and all these different things for like several hours while I was listening to it. And then at one point, like my Instagram posted just a blank photo on my Instagram stories, and people were like, "Yo, what's up with this?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't
I'm
do
like
that."
shaking.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's up with that because I didn't post anything. Like I haven't been on my phone. It just posted like a black screen on my Instagram story.
Was it during the movement?
No, it was like 2 months ago.
Were you blackout?
No, it was like the middle of the day, stone sober.
Okay, that doesn't mean you're stone sober.
No, but I was stone sober.
Doesn't mean what time of the day. We could
Yeah.
be blackout.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then, so later in the day, I was kind of standing there, and then the book was going through all these like ways to channel like earth elementals and archangels and stuff like that. It's like because archangels are not necessarily like only like a Christian thing. They're like they exist throughout. They've existed in pagan religions way before. Like they've always been around.
What do they represent though? Like, because I know what he represents in Christianity, but like across the
It's
other.
a similar thing. Like all of Christianity is just an amalgamation of all the pagan religions of Europe wrapped up into one ball and then sold to the Romans to keep everybody happy, right? Like, it's all Christian holidays are pagan holidays. Like Christmas is the winter solstice and the Chinese moon winter festival. Easter is the first full moon of the spring equinox. Like there's all these festivals have existed for thousands of years. So archangels are as well. So they're like different ways of protection, different sort of like spiritual protection and energy protection that you can do. So he was going through that, and then like all of a sudden I was like standing there, and then like right over my shoulder I was just like this, and there was just like someone like standing directly behind me, like right behind me.
Where was this again?
Like 2 months ago in my studio.
Wow.
Wait,
and
does your studio happen to be in an industrial?
Yep, but it's like a really nice industrial building.
But see, the reason I asked is because I, used to hang out with a lot of music, people who would have their studios in the industrial buildings, and they always say that, for some reason spirits love hanging out in these studios. Things would start moving. I had a friend.
This is music, of course.
I guess that makes
Just
sense, Just couldn't enjoy it. But okay, my question is, have you guys been to any venues here in Hong Kong that seem really spooky, or have you seen any like
Olmos?
venues? Yeah, music venues in Hong Kong because
Volar was mad haunted because
Okay, honestly.
where? Which part?
like the
need to know.
part where
like
you
the
keep
whole
going in
part.
circles because it's a Twilight Zone with the
Yeah.
mirrors.
Volar always had a weird energy, but this weird rave I went to on Saturday, I was just like, I'm out of here.
The Heng Fa Chun one.
Yeah, it was like it's this old abandoned building in the woods in the jungle, and I was there with some friends, and I was like, yo, this place is fucking haunted. We got to get out of here. Like, this is no good. And it was like a weird energy, and the people I was getting a weird vibe from the people, and it was like, how you guys can stay, but I'm leaving. Like, I'm not down with this like jungle darkness spot. It was like
Damn.
it was like an old abandoned colonial building, like deep in the jungle, really dark, really spooky. Yeah, I was like, I'm out of here.
There was no way I could have gone there.
What do you think would have happened if you stayed?
I don't think anything would have happened, but it's like I just didn't want to. It's like, I'd rather, because like my studio is nice. It's really like clean and comfortable, and it's bright, and it's like it's like very positive energy space. And then I just as much as like this stuff happens to me all the time, it still like really scares me. Like I'm super afraid of the dark. Like walking through the woods by myself at night, nah, not a fan.
Do you sleep with the lights on or?
No, but not in my space. But like if I'm in a hotel or something, I have to like sleep with the TV on. Like I
For
can't.
real?
Yeah, like
Wow.
and places like because it's like if I get the feeling that like
Sorry, your cat bit me.
like it's for me it's like I trust my intuition, and when you know, right? Like it when you go into a space that the energy is off, you feel it, and you might lie to yourself or you might pretend that it's okay, but like inside like the hairs stand up on the back of your neck, you feel like someone is like watching you, and you're always kind of like
Yes.
looking back over your shoulder and there's nothing there. that's classic shit, man. And we all feel it. We're all like naturally in tune to varying degrees. Some people are not as sensitive to it as others, and some people are much more sensitive.
Is it like when you get goosebumps?
Yeah, you get a chill,
Chills?
like a shiver runs up your spine.
I felt that at do you guys know where Triple X used to be?
Yep.
That
Yeah.
basement where the toilet area was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so freaky just going in. But I can't see shit, so I was just like, oh, maybe I'm just scared of the dark. But
One time, a friend of mine was starting a restaurant, and he was doing it on the cheap, so we were helping him do the
Yeah.
renovation stuff like that. There's this whole building, and the bathroom was like painted black in this place, and then we were like, oh, this place is like super freaky. And my partner, who's like a feng shui master, came in to like look at it and was like, you got to paint over that bathroom. You got to paint it white and get all the mirrors out of there. So like late one night, we were like a little bit drunk. We were doing some work, and I was painting on the wall, and then like we're like, okay, let's tackle this bathroom problem. So we went in, because when you would stand at the urinal, you always felt like someone was behind you watching you, and
It's
then
like, yo,
like
I think you need hydration.
would you back off, buddy? And then when you looked, you could all the mirrors were like in different parts of the bathroom, and you could see they would all reflect into each other. And then so we're like, okay, let's take the one off that's like behind the toilet. And when we were taking it off, each time we unscrewed the screw, it got longer than the previous one until the last one was like this long. And like each screw that we took out, I mean, which could happen, but it was just very strange. And then when we took the mirror off, it made this like whoosh sound, and then all the circuit breakers broke. Like it tripped all the circuit breakers and it blew the power for the whole unit, and then we just ran outside.
Wonderful, guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm feeling very cold.
Can
you see this?
Wow.
I'm just gonna, guys, you guys want to have a slumber party today?
Wow.
You know, because I need some protection.
I find that really intriguing, though. Like,
Yeah, and
kinda-
it's
kinda
not
cool.
like, you know, it's like Hong Kong, right, where the electrical currents, the electrical cables are on conduits on the outside of the wall, so it's not like we tripped a wire inside or anything like that. It's just a solid concrete wall.
That's
and it's just
weird,
all the circuits were like at that exact moment. As soon as we took it off, all the lights went out.
Dang.
No, there are
Yeah.
definitely creepy things. Like one of the other
Scared the shit out of
superstitions, growing up in Hong Kong, there's a lot of superstitions. Like for example, if you're walking down the street, don't turn around if you know no one's behind you. Like if you're by yourself, you hear a name, don't turn around.
Oh, yeah.
Don't breathe by the graves when you're driving by, and don't wear red undergarments when you're going to the graves, because like the people that have been raped or angry spirits that will draw them home with you. So things like that. So then like in the bedroom, like you're not supposed to sleep with a mirror by your bed, because that's actually a portal to your spirit world. And then so yeah, these are like things I do actually follow, like religious. I almost passed out in a car driving on Queens Boulevard.
Because holding your breath for so long?
Yeah, I was holding my breath. And they're like, just breathe. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get possessed.
Wow.
Yeah, clearly.
I was
Yeah, it's
told-
also like, do you ever hear, if you're ever in
No.
like a weird apartment, and you hear like, it sounds like somebody like dropping like a marble on the ceiling
Yes,
above
I
you?
have that.
What does that mean?
What is that? Yeah.
Oh,
Well, usually it means that the unit above you is probably haunted,
Oh.
not yours.
What if somebody just dropped a marble?
Yeah.
But like sometimes you hear it at like 4 in the morning
No,
or
I
3 in
have-
the morning. It just sounds like bop, 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 and like the rolls, or like you just keep hearing it. It sounds like kids like playing with marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, you were there the other time, and my wall actually like periodically has a trip, like a tick, in my apartment, and it sounds like a click, but I can't figure out where it's coming from. Fuck. Oops. Crap. like.
Oh, just lean it. Just don't worry about the story. Just lean into it.
Alright.
Just lean into it.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna have to move on from this subject because I can't sleep tonight, and God knows I need sleep because you've heard I'm narcoleptic already.
Wow.
But why don't we talk about what do you think will happen in the coming week? Like, not say,
Oh, your bets.
yeah, the bets.
Ooh. So we do this thing where we want. It's not even like a manifestation thing. We set ourselves goals that we would try and achieve, the 80 kilometers cycling and the spinning thing. Although that was done on Wednesdays, we actually didn't have a week. We had a bit shorter time for that. So we just kind of set these goals we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing is to actually come up with like a goal for yourself and and all that. So sometimes we go back and forth, giving each other the goals. I never chose to do 80 Ks. It was kind of given to me, and that's
That
what
sucks.
it's fine. It's fine. So we do this thing here, right?
Well, Steve, our producer here, and I are calling it early. We're gonna do dry June. It's great.
Minus 3 days.
Apparently, I don't get the minus 3 days, so it's just dry June.
Oh wow,
Dry
That
June.
sucks.
that sucks.
Yeah, it's gonna be dry June, but guys, I'm gonna come back with rock hard abs.
You're gonna be
So
looking so peng. Just
what is Openg?
peng is like good looking. Like
Can we just say good looking then? Okay, that's
Sure.
your word. Fine.
peng
Phil.
fits.
I'll be looking
fly.
peng.
You know.
Fly. Fly. There you go. Fly. I'm gonna vogue it. See you can vogue it. We're gonna vogue it. End of June, we're gonna have 6-pack. I'm gonna be holding a 6-pack because I'll be dying to drink that 6-pack.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do the show in bathing suits.
No! Don't objectify me, Steve, but you can. All right, so that's my that's the coming goals. In the next 5 days, I will be, I don't know, Janice. Hello. What will you be doing the next week?
You still have to hit the spin.
I still have to do that,
Oh, this
yeah.
one, yeah, okay.
But I guess I'll just try to work
Sleep.
out more.
We will
Work
try
out.
Because my
more.
gym's going to expire soon, so I'm going to have to take, best opportunity this month.
Knock it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Just go to the gym and work out.
Yes.
You know? Do the spin
Just do the
there.
spins in there
Absolutely.
with my
Yeah.
skates.
That's it. You know?
Do you use a dumbbell instead? I don't need them skates. I got the dumbbells. I'll spin on the dumbbells.
Because if you hold a kettlebell and then just start that centrifugal motion, then you just have to hold it.
Yeah, and then she's gonna knock someone out in the gym.
That's why they have insurance.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. That's
All right,
insurance.
which gym do you go to, Janice? Because that's where I'm not going for the next month.
Snap.
Don't go,
Don't
that's
go
the
to
actual gym.
Snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go to Snap. Snaps, thank you for the sponsorship.
What about you, Peter? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Give me something.
Dry June.
No. Definitely not.
All right, let's see.
Damp June. Damp June is
All right,
better.
okay. Well, you're gonna do damp June anyways. 100 burpees in one go.
In one go?
All right, 50 burpees in one go. You can break it out into.
Okay.
Done this week.
Okay.
Okay, it has to be recorded.
He's getting away with
Yeah, I
it.
was like, what do you think was gonna happen? Because I just, we just watched the lady on The Village. Yeah, I mean, if it's not recorded, it didn't happen.
Okay.
Done. So Peter is committing to 100 burpees in 2 segments of 50s, but it'll be recorded.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I figured out what mine is: to sleep with the lights off today.
Good luck.
Good luck. And drink water, please.
Right.
need to
Oh
drink-
yes. Oh, that's the other thing. Okay, that is what I'll do. I'll drink 1.5 liters of water every day for the rest of the week.
And sleep with the lights
Is
off.
that something you have to force yourself to do?
I don't drink water. I drink like 2 cups if I'm lucky.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not good.
I'm going to do that with you. I'll try it.
Yes.
It's so hard, right?
Yes. I
No
will-
hydration in NYU.
How
right?
is that hard? It's
know,
so,
right?
especially when it's so hot. Don't you just naturally
No.
crave
Well, when
water?
I work out, then I'll drink. But if I don't work out, I just drink
It's
alcohol.
always lemon tea.
Oh, so much sugar.
Sugar for you?
I don't mind
I mean,
it.
she's so sweet, right?
Oh.
It's the perfect team setup there.
Man.
Alley-oop.
Oh, the water. I just love water so much. I naturally just drrank tons of it.
I call it nectar of the
That's why I look
gods.
so young.
You do look young.
I'm actually
But I don't know
53
how
years
you.
old.
It's like, oh, you've been selling yourself to the devil.
Hey, I've been trying. He won't listen.
Right.
he's like, no.
I don't want that soul.
Until that's on discount.
That soul's no good.
All right, guys. So Peter, tell us where can people find you? Where can listeners find your content?
Instagram at Peter Yuill. That's the only social media I use.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can also find him on our content, our Instagram, MidYouth Universe. We're on Spotify with no underscore, no space. It's just MidYouth Universe. And the only Sammy Lynn. And finally, we're on YouTube as well. So check us out. Give us some feedback. Don't give us mean feedback. I'll kill you. No, I
She
will
will.
haunt you. Actually, I
She's
won't kill you.
terrifying.
I will haunt you with my terrible comments. So checking out, guys. Bye.
Peace.